Has Mike Dean just exposed corruption within the PGMOL and the refereeing officials in the Premier League? Those are the conversations that are being had right now after he appeared on Simon Jordan's podcast and had some very interesting things to say, causing the PGMOL to release a statement and lots of conversations going on right now. To summarize, Mike Dean basically said he didn't want to hurt his mate's feelings and send him over to the screen to say that he got a decision wrong. This is all related to an incident in a Chelsea v Tottenham game where Christian Romero pulled Cucurella's hair from a corner. A blatant red card, stonewall. But it wasn't spotted by the referee at the time, which is fair enough, there's a lot going on corners. But then it goes over to VAR and they still don't overturn it and tell the referee to come on over to the screen. You've missed something big here. Now, as Mike Dean himself says, at the time, maybe it would have been okay. However, Harry Kane scores from the resulting corner in the 96th minute to equalise against Chelsea. In this interview, this is what Mike Dean had to say about the incident. I missed the stupid hair pull at Chelsea versus Tottenham, which was pathetic from my point of view. It's one of them where if I had my time again, what would I do? I'd send Anthony Taylor to the screen. I think I knew if I did send him to the screen, he's cautioned both managers, he's had a hell of a game, it's been such a tough game end to end. None of that is relevant. At all. Doesn't matter what's gone on in the game, doesn't matter how fiery it's been. There could have been 6 red cards in the game before this. It's completely irrelevant. You need to do your job and say, you've made an error here, fix it. He went on to say, I said to Anthony afterwards, I just didn't want to send you to the screen after what has gone on in the game. I didn't want to send him up because he is a mate as well as a referee. And I think I didn't want to send him up because I didn't want any more grief than he already had. Now, this is huge because it has confirmed what people have thought for a while, that it isn't just objective in VAR compared to the referee. If they see a mistake, then they'll instantly say, oi, come on over to the screen, you've missed something here, dude. No. For some reason, they take in the context of the rest of the game instead of isolating the incident. They take into account who it is that's refereeing and whether that changes decision. It's a humongous decision, a moment in a game, and instead of doing the right thing and telling his mate that he's made an incorrect decision, he's been like, oh no, you've had it too hard today. You know what? Let's just move on. It'll be fine. Pathetic. He goes on and says, Anthony, he is big and bold and ugly enough to know if he is going to the screen, he's going to the screen for a reason. It's almost as if he's made a mistake and should probably make it right, isn't it, Mike? If someone pulls their hair now, it's dead easy. It's just a brainwave by me, a really bad call by me, and it kind of affected me as VAR going forward. He then went on to talk about the fact that he was always nervous the day before going to games, knowing that he could be called upon as a VAR referee official, and that he was praying that the referees would just get everything right so he didn't have to try and overrule or anything like that. He also stated, I've probably been over to the screen 5 or 6 times, and for at least 2 of them, I could have stuck with my initial decision. The unwritten rules that if you go over to the screen, you've made an error, you can't stick with your decision, you've got to change it. No, if you still think after seeing these replays and being advised, okay, check this, we think you may have made an error here. If you think, no, my original ruling is what I would have done if I was in your position in VAR, I would not have told you to overrule it, I'm sticking with it, then you'd gain respect, because you aren't just saying, oh yeah, okay, they do it, it's their responsibility now, they gave it, not me, so if it's a wrong decision, it's VAR's fault, not mine. I genuinely cannot believe that a referee of the level of Mike Dean is actually the guy to have come out and said these kind of things. We've all thought over the years that maybe certain refs were a little bit dodgy at times and made some poor decisions, but for him to just openly come out and say, yeah, I was basically just protecting a mate, that's unacceptable. And we are going to have explanations here. Now, the PGMOL have come out with this statement. Regarding comments made by former match official Mike Dean yesterday, a PGMOL spokesperson said VARs undergo extensive training, with the focus centered entirely around effectively working with the on-field team of officials to rectify clear and obvious errors. When VARs identify a clear and obvious error by the on-field team of match officials, they should intervene and recommend a review by the referee. We strongly refute any suggestion that VARs do not intervene for whatever reason when they have identified a clear and obvious error. So the question is, are they calling Mike Dean a liar? They're saying that, no, this didn't happen. He should have intervened if he thought that it was wrong, but he didn't. What are they trying to say here? What we should get now is some kind of interview with Howard Webb. Remember when he went on Monday Night Football last season, and it was actually really fascinating to hear VAR conversations and things like that. I would love him to go on there again. He needs to talk about this incident, Mike Dean in particular, and these kind of things that have gone on in the past. They need to talk about some of the decisions that have already happened this season. Why can't second yellows be looked at and rescinded? Tomiyasu's was never ever a second yellow for a red card. It has the same impact as a straight red on the game, so why not? The Onana penalty. There has been some dreadful officiating so far in the Premier League, and we need answers. Let me know your thoughts on this, because it's a very controversial topic right now. I'm intrigued to hear what you think on it. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more content soon. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.